Watch me ride.
Hey everybody, I've got a few things to show you. No, it's not carpet samples. Stuff that I've made recently, a very special clock that I got very angry with. There'll be quite a funny video out of that. First thing, in the metalworks, well, back on my store in the metalworks, the old stickers are back. The vinyl cut ones. I've had quite a few people say to me over the past year, sort of, I'd love to get one of the old vinyl stickers again, and I'm like, alright, I'll get some. And someone asked me again the other day, and I went, that's it, I'll just do it. So I've got green, black and white, because obviously black and white goes on any bike, green goes with any bike unless it's a green bike. But yeah, they're available. I'm actually going to show you how to apply those at the end of this video. Quick little video to explain. You probably know already, so you don't need to watch that far in. But yeah, they're these types. They're going to come in pairs like this, available at MRT store now. The new old, if you know what I mean, like the other style ones, they're still available on there at the moment. The next thing to show you is this. As you can see, it is a keychain. It's made out of a chain, and it says 50 SS Japan. SS stands for stainless steel. This isn't off of a bike, this is actually to do with boats. And I don't know where else you're going to get a stainless steel chain from. But I got hold of this and I thought I've got to make these into keychains because look how nice they are. They're all shiny, they're stainless steel, they're super loose and free moving. I've only got 6 or 7 of these. I may not even keep, I have actually kept one of every single keychain I've ever made. I might not keep one of these. I might let you guys have all of them in the hopes that I get some more of this at some point. But yeah, these are very special ones. Very nice. So they are available on my Etsy store now. Clock number 63 is a disc that I have polished to the best of my abilities, and it looks awesome. Hand brushed, lacquered aluminium face, painted hands. I think you can tell that's very nice. Shiny. Available on my Etsy store now. This is a stand. I made this stand, signed underneath. There's a reason why I made this stand, because I made a clock out of this disc, which is 2.5 kilos almost on its own. So this goes like this. I'll show you pictures now so you can see. Looks very nice, but the reason I want to show you on video is because you can't see this in the pictures. Can you see the way that the surface sort of... I need to get a bit of different lighting on it. Hold on. There is a really nice like mottled pattern from the way that I've prepared this surface. And it's darkened a little bit over the time I've had this. I made this a little while ago. It's darkened in more places and the highlights have stayed, so it's got this awesome mottled look to it. So you can't really see that in the pictures, but you can in person. But as I say, this thing is so big. Well, it's not huge, it's just the thickness of the thing. I don't trust the clips to hold it, so that's why I made that stand for it. Straight to the point, stand does its job. Welded together, way stronger than it needs to be. As I mentioned before, signed on the bottom. That was clock 65. I jumped one because I want to tell you about this one in a bit more detail, and you'll see a video of this thing being made very soon. Very, very soon. Probably at the same time this is uploaded would be a good idea, maybe. So you know I do painted clocks, so I made a painted clock and something went wrong with the top coat. I think I got some dust or something in it, and I'm such a perfectionist, I was like, that's it, I stripped it, rejected, get rid of it, and repainted it. And then I completely got it to like the point of I was just about to put the second hand on, which is like the final step to be like clock done, and I noticed a very small mark and I was like, ooh, don't like the look of that, gave it a bit of a rub, bit of a scratch, and yeah, it popped off and made a scratch. Again, I keep my standards high and that wasn't going to be acceptable. I couldn't patch it in some way. And this clock was made to reference a film. As you'll see in the upcoming video that explains it all, I got rather mad with it and decided I'm going to make this reference to this film full on and more accurate. So there you go. I think it looks awesome. What I've done is I've distressed it heavily and then given it a really thick layer of clear coat so it's all protected, it won't change. And it's got orange hands, and it's also got 22 stamped up here. It's got police stamped here, and it also says reject here. Do you get it yet? Blue, orange. It's a reference to the film Chappie, okay? I love that film, and I think it was just funny that I made this clock to be you know, a reference to Chappie, and it looked all clean and perfect in the beginning. And then I had to reject it again, and it was a bit more damaged each time. And then finally, it gets utterly destroyed by me, but then it's still got like the clean orange hands, which is like the replacement of the replacement parts they put on Chappie. So it's this destroyed, battered thing. The blue's about right. You know, it's all gnarled. If you don't like the film Chappie, fair enough. If no one buys this clock, fair enough. But I loved that film, and I just like the colour scheme of the blue and the orange. I wanted to, and I just played on it, and I just played with it, and then obviously the rejecting happened, and it just seems to have come together in like a way that it felt like it should have done. So if you're into that film and you want a referenced clock that no one's probably going to get, but you'll know what it's referencing, that is also available in my store now. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks for the support if you choose to buy something from my store. Really helps me. Really helps me at the moment. And I'll refer to past me explaining how to stick a sticker on. Okay, so the new old design stickers, these are vinyl cuts. I'm just going to show you how you apply these because you may not know, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows how they work. Wherever you're going to stick them, make sure it's a nice clean surface. If it's your bike, make sure it's clean, use soap and water, make sure there's as much grease gone as possible, because when these stick, they stick really well, but you need to make sure the surface is clean. I'm not going to suggest using any solvents to do that because I don't know how that will react with different paints. Some paints it can be okay if you use like a low strength isopropyl alcohol. In fact, that's quite often what's supplied with things like this, but I'm not going to suggest that you do that because I don't want to take the risk of you ruining your paint. Soap and water, make sure it's clean, really dry, and it should be okay. So what you do, as you can see, this is the way it should be. You don't want to peel this top layer off because it's the bottom side you want to stick down, obviously. What you do is you just gently, so it's not difficult, pull it apart. Keep an eye on all the little bits, and if you see like, well, these aren't too bad actually, you can do pretty much a straight pull, but if you're doing this with a different type of sticker, you want to try and work ways that it means it comes apart nice and neatly. And obviously that eye is completely separate, so you want to make sure you don't leave it behind on the backing, but these peel nice and easily. And then you just stick it down, smoothing out the air bubbles, like so. Now what you can do is rub over this with your finger, keep going backwards and forwards, make sure you rub down every little bit, like the little drip, paint drips, to make sure they stick well. But a best way to do it is if you can grab a hairdryer. Just warm it up a little bit, helps all the glue adhere to the surface, keeps smoothing it out, make sure there's no air bubbles, gets the edge down tight, and that's what makes these things last longer. I had these on my bike for a very long time with no damage, but obviously with very thin bits, so you need to be a little bit more careful. So then once you've done that, you want to pull it across, but you want to keep it as flat as possible and be gentle. And try and go with the shape of the letters that's not going to pull it off. Just, no. Gently, gently, gently. And if you've done all the prep work, this bit goes nice and easy. And there we go. So they're great looking stickers. It's stuck down very flat. I need to do two more quickly because this is where I'm going to photograph them to put on the store. I'm going to do this one without hair drying to show that it is possible. Close enough is good enough. Okay, so this one I'll do by just rubbing. The reason I've done black, white and green is because obviously green is sort of the characteristic colour of my channel. And will go on pretty much any colour, but if you had a Kawasaki it might not stand out, and that's why I've done black, white and green, because black and white go on any colour and will stand out. You just get a contrasting one, and green goes great on a lot of things, but if you have a green bike, obviously not. As you can see, all nicely stuck on. They look great. I love those. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.